Good morning, everyone. Today we will study the poem A Photograph written by Shirley. So, first of all, children, I must share with you the central idea, the message of this poem. Right? In this poem, the poet talks about the loss, the memory, and the transience of the life. It talks about how people continue to live in his memories. These memories not only remain in our brain, but also evoked by tangible things such as photographs. Right? The photographs mark the passage of time and becomes the reminder of what has gone by. Human beings are mortal and thus seeks way to immortalize themselves through photographs and memories. So now let me begin with this poem. The cardboard shows us how it was when the two girl cousins went paddling, each one holding one of my mother's hands, and she is the big girl. Some 12 years or so, all three stood still to smile through their hair, and at the uncle with the camera, a sweet face, my mother's, that was before I was born, and the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transient feet. Some 20-30 years later, she laughed at the snapshot. See, Betty and Dolly, she'd say, and look how they dressed up us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past, mine is her laughter, both free with the labored ease of loss. Now she's been dead nearly as many years and as that girl lived. And at these circumstances, there is nothing to say at all. It's silence, silences. So here, children, this poem depicts with the photograph, and in the photograph, the poet has the memories of her mother's childhood when she had gone for a picnic or enjoy the sea holiday near the sea beach, right? So there are three specific stanzas. First stanza deals with childhood, second stanza deals with adulthood, and the third stanza deals with death, right? So let me start with the first paragraph. The cardboard shows us, cardboard means a frame, a photo frame, which is a wooden frame. In the previous time, we used to have very, very small pics, and those small photographs are pasted on the cardboard. And that cardboard people used to decorate in their homes for recording their old cherished moments. So here, the poetess mother, right? What is she doing? In the cardboard, she is there. How it was, there was a picture in which when the two girl cousins went paddling. Paddling means just to enjoy unstealthily with short steps in the water and all. So those two girls' cousins, they had gone with the mother of this poetess, and each of them, each one, means both of them from both the sides, they were holding the mother's hand because she was the eldest one among them. And she is the big girl. So she was elder to them and she was the big girl. Some 12 years or so. So here the poet has also specified her age at that time. She was in her childhood. She must be around 12 years or 11 years hardly. Right? All three. Who are three? Two cousins and the mother of this poet. All three stood still to smile. So they were giving a very nice pose. And what are they doing? They are smiling to the camera. And through their hair, and the uncle with the camera. So uncle was there, he was clicking the photograph, and their hair were blown by the wind. So the blowing hair have come in this picture. So it is shown that the wind was also blowing. A sweet face. The poetess is saying, my mother was innocent at that time. She was in her childhood. So she had a beautiful, lovely, sweet face. It was my mother's face. And that was before I was born. Certainly she was a baby at that time. So this girl would have not been born at that time. So because the mother was in her childhood, so she was having a very lovely, cute, innocent face due to the age. And this girl was not born at that time. And the sea, which appears have changed less, watched their terribly transient fate. So here the poet is also showing the comparison between the human beings and the nature. Nature is permanent. Nature is perennial. But the human being is a subject to change. We always are born as a babies. But slowly and steadily we just cross across all the stages of life, and ultimately when we become old we die. So this is the process. But nature does not change at all. How many years old it is, even then it is the same. It shows no sign of changing. It is perennial, it is permanent. Right? So here the poet is saying that the mother's terribly transient feet, mother's weak feet, yes, which were the subject to change, they have changed. Because human body is going to change certainly. Every year we used to change. When somebody comes to our home and he or she say, oh, now they are grown up now, see, right? They have got the good height, they have got a good face, they are becoming mature, they are becoming smart, beautiful. So here we are the subject to change. But here the poetess is saying that in the picture the sea is not changed at all, though my mother's feet were changed. And those feet have been washed away by the beautiful, lovely waves at that time. And now those feet which were there, now they did not remain the same, because in the later years the mother, she had grown up old, and ultimately she passed away. Right? Second stanza. Some 20-30 years later, she laughed at the snapshot. So the poet is saying that the mother, she used to just look at the snapshot. When she has grown up old, she became the mother. She used to recall her old moments which she has enjoyed in her childhood. So whenever she had seen her old photographs, she used to laugh a lot, because it also happened to us. Whenever we take out our old pics, we used to laugh, because those moments cannot come back to our present time, right? So she laughed at the snapshot. See, Betty and Dolly. So she used to say, see, this is Betty and this is Dolly. These were the names of her two cousins who were holding the hands of this poetess mother. She'd say, and look how they dressed us for the sea beach. And she used to say that the parents of these girls, they had dressed themselves in such a beautiful way because they were going to enjoy a holiday, right? And how they dressed up for the beach. They means parents. Now the sea holidays was her past. So here the poet was saying the mother was just missing her pastime, right? And mine is her laughter. And I was also missing her beautiful, lovely laughter, because both we, it means this line shows that the mother is no more, right? Both we with the labored ease of loss. So both the people, for the mother, her childhood had gone. It cannot come back. It was a sense of loss to her. And for me, my mother has gone now. I cannot come back. Her lovely laughter. So both remains, both are disappointed. Who are both? The mother as well as the poetess. They both are just suffering from the loss. Labored ease of loss. Here we are getting the poetic device oxymoron. Oxymoron means when two contradictory things are just put together, and it is called oxymoron. So the labored ease means if we are laboring, we cannot be comfortable. So it is two opposite things, right? So both are disappointed. Who are both? The mother as well as this poetess. For the mother, her childhood had gone. She could not come back or bring it back. And for this poetess, the mother's laughter had gone. She could not bring it back. Right? Okay. Then the third stanza. Now she is being dragged nearly as many years as that girl lived. And of these circumstances, there is nothing to say at all. It's silence, silences. So the poet is saying that now the poetess mother had gone. She had passed away. And how many years had gone? The poetess is specifically saying that she had been passed around 11 to 12 years, because the years in which she is in the photograph, the 12 years or so. So this much time had been passed away for the death of this poetess mother. So she is saying, and of these circumstances means at this situation, because she is dead, there is nothing to say at all. Because in her room, whenever she goes, there is a vacuum. There is no sound, emptiness, hollowness. Nothing is there, only the photograph is kept, and the room is locked. Mother is not found. It's silence, silence is. Everywhere the silence is found. And silence means everywhere the silence is there. Silence is prevailing. There is nothing. So the poetess is sad. She is suffering from grief because of the loss of the mother. Right? Now let me discuss with you the word meanings as well as the poetic devices. Right? Word meaning means transient. Transient means temporary. Number 2, snapshot, picture or photograph. Number 3, vri. Vri means amused or disappointed. She is very much sad. Labored with hard work, great efforts. Right? Which is not natural. Circumstances, situation. Ease means comfort, freedom. Right? Next one. Okay children, now I should just discuss with you the poetic devices. See, in the first stanza, we are having at the 5th line, all three stood still to smile. S has come thrice, so there is alliteration. Right? Next one is terribly transient. Again, TT has come twice, so again alliteration. Right? Through their hair, alliteration. Then my mother, alliteration. Silence is alliteration altogether. Right? Next one, we have oxymoron. As I told you, this is labored, ease of loss. Then transferred epithet. Transferred epithet means washed their terribly transient feet. And the last one is personification. It's silence is. And imagery is all over prevailing in this whole poem, because the whole picture stanza-wise comes to our mind, comes to our eyes, before our eyes. We can just get the view of everything. And these 3 stanzas are depicting 3 stages of human being's life. First one is childhood, second one is adulthood, and the third one is death. So question answers I have already discussed with you earlier. So this is the revision chapter. So now I am ending it. Thank you.